Hey everybody, this is Derek Tingretti again for part two in my video tutorial for creating interactive posters and bulletin boards. So in this part two of the video, I am going to go over the specific code and how to create it using Scratch. So what you need to know is that you need to go to Scratch, which is a open source website, which is great, at this web address here, scratch.mit.edu. It is free, totally open source, and you can actually create an account and save your work in here. So if you ever want to refer back to it or alter it, you can do so. So all we're really going to do is we're going to go into the upper left-hand corner and select Create. Now you may want to create a profile so you can save it, which you can do, but for right now I'm just going to go over and create. So when I click on it, it automatically populates into my blank coding screen. Now basically you have all your script functions laid out here, and you can see as I change them that they do various things and operations. There's different costumes, sounds, etc. But I'm just going to go over what we need to make the interactive bulletin board. So what I want to do is I'm going to select the Events tab. And what I want you to do is when you do this is move over the when space key is pressed. And you can change this function to basically anything within your keyboard. And I'm going to get to that in a second. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select something else. So I am going to go over to my sound in the script menu, click on sound, and when I play sound, it's going to play this noise. So now this really means, this code, that when I press the space bar, it's going to play a sound. And there I just did it, and you can actually see what is occurring. Now what I can do, and this is the really neat part about Scratch, is I can drop down from the play sound menu within my script, and I can go to record. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to record my voice, and we're just going to call this one test. So I'm just going to say test. So when I press this record function, and I allow, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, and I stop, that's what I've recorded. So in my box, just so I can make it easier for me, and I really suggest doing this, is select test, hit enter, and now you can see that these different sounds recordings, we have the meow at 1 and test at 2. So when I go back to my script page, it's saving changes. I'm going to select this drop down menu and go to test. So now when I press the space bar, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. So now I've created one space. Now in my interactive poster that you saw, I had 5 different sounds. So just so you could do it again, you can watch how easy it is. I go to my Events tab, select the space function when space is pressed, but this time I'm going to change it. Because the Makey Makey has a certain amount of arrows, I utilize those. So I'm going to use the up arrow function this time, go back to my sound, play sound test, drag that over, and again I'm going to go to my drop down menu and hit the record function. And this time, let's just try and say something else. Hey, this is test number 2. So I'm going to entitle this test 2. And now I've saved it, and you can see the third recording here is set as saved test 2. I'm going to go back to my scripts, and I'm going to change my drop down menu from test to test 2. So now when I hit the up arrow on my keyboard, hey, this is test number 2. It plays test number 2. So you can have essentially as many of these as possible, but remember when you're making an interactive board, you don't want to have endless solutions, and it kind of gets more convoluted and can become a little disorganized. So I hope this makes sense. If you do have additional questions, please ask me, and I don't mind helping whatsoever.